Hey everyone, and welcome back to Jaraci Cup number 10. Continuing the upper bracket, we move to quarterfinals D, I want to say, or maybe C. Can't exactly remember, but this is between Descara playing Coalition and Cookies as the Conf. And we've got an info.txts. Let's go ahead and read this trash. Of course, lovingly crafted by Moose, who's done a very good job with the replays so far. Makes my life a lot easier, and I get to avoid all the spoilers, which is excellent. I heard this series was pretty hyped, so I'm interested to see what happens. Cookies, of course, coming from Group A, he actually has the lower seed than Descara, but Descara, the most winningest player in the group stage, that means the least winningest player of Group A has to fight him, so Seed 4 versus Seed 5, of course. And he's going to grab Coalition here. Cookies picks Conef. Bans the Boneyard, and Descara bans Shallows. Picks Torn Crater, which is, of course, this first map right here. And then Cookies is going to pick Canyon Outpost and College Teeth. Descara picks Scartoba, and Cookies picks Firebase Grill for the potential ace match. Looks like a pretty standard pick ban here right now. It's interesting that Cookies doesn't want to play on Boneyard here, but he leaves Kalash open, does Descara, who doesn't want to play on the Shallows. And Cookies does pick that for game 3, which I think is going to be a pretty nice match for him, because he's obviously the Conef player. So, you wanted to spite him, eh? I get that. Is that like by banning Boneyard because you know that he's like his favorite? It's like his favorite map for sure. He knows something we don't. Yeah, no, I mean I'm certainly not going to disagree. I think it's true that Shallows is not exactly the best map for. Well, by that I should say it's probably a bad map for Coalition Saban when they're playing against Galzine and Conef. So. He's going to take that one out of the pool. It's just that he has to contend with College Teeth now, so... This is going to be a little bit tough for him, I think. You know, in a totally equal skill matchup. But we should make no mistake, I think Descara will be the favorite player in this matchup, but Cookies always showing improvement. I'll be interested to see what he's able to pull off here. This is going to be a rail rush on the first map. You know I love that. Favorite strat in the book for me. This is a difficult one to pull off against Descara when he's going for this kind of LAV spam early game here. And Cookies is already in danger. Oof. I don't know, I mean, I feel like the original Shallows just was no good, but I do agree there's definitely things to be looked at for, like, the new Shallows and how to change it. But I will say, like, you mentioned it's hard to rush on this map. I agree, but in that case, I just kind of wouldn't do it, you know? Go for ref mode here instead. Because, like, Vanilla Touring Crater was really flawed because it was too easy to rush with the Soul Chips in particular, right? So, like, this map, I feel like, well, it's kind of designed to be a lot easier to defend than the original. I think you're sort of playing into your opponent's hands if you go for a rush on this map here. But he's not dead yet, so I'm gonna go for... He's gonna go for a pull back, I think, onto like 2 base here. Depends if he gets ref mode or not. He does have that Fleet Cap 45, so this is open to him if he wants it. But the thing is, he also needs a second PC. It's hard to justify getting that ref mode if you think you're gonna die before you have time to use it. So sure enough, second PC queued up for him now. And Descara's gonna see it because I'm sure he knows about the blinking light. PC is being built. He knows that. Yeah, definitely. I mean, you've got to back up here, right? Because obviously, like, when you see that many LAVs, you should know, yeah, he's not gonna have a vulnerability to this. The thing is about ref mode, though, Descara's not really pushing on this, but if he did, he might be able to kill him here. So I think that actually 2 PC is probably the right call. But getting the Sandstormer armor, I don't like this. I think he's got to get to ref mode as fast as he can now. Uh-oh, and he really shouldn't move out across the field, because this is a moment where Descara definitely has the winning numbers here. Oh, and he's gonna give him high ground as well, perhaps? Okay, he does back away, though. But if he gets to ref mode here, I think it's gonna be not so bad for Cookies. I still don't like Sandstorm Armor 2, though, because I feel like this is gonna be problems with how late this ref mode is gonna come in. This is already 2 base for Descara, right? So, what are the numbers looking like here? It's 11 to 9. I mean, with Armor 1, he does have some advantage, but I think Descara probably wins this, especially because his execution is probably going to be good. Ref mode, Nevar. Well, Might not be the best thing to do against Descara. To like never go into ref mode. I think he's just a player who's really good at macros, so he's learned how to defend. And as a result, you know, rushing him is not always the right option. Sometimes you really do just have to match his macro. Rating is coming out for Cookies, no? Again, no ref mode, so I mean, this is still, I think, a big mistake, but... 33% of 140 is definitely not 20. That's a little funny. Oh well. I guess the tooltip is just a little bit out of date. We will catch this LAV here. And Descara, by the way, going for fighter and gunship, probably predicting like the pullback to ref mode here from Cookies, but that's actually not going to come. So yeah, it is clear Descara a little bit confused about it, but he's not going to be threatened here. So getting all these upgrades for the LAVs, or the skim, sorry, and then going for like more railguns here, really going to be the losing strategy, because Descara is never going to die to this. So he gets this other production upgrade started here. And this is going to allow him to make like so many LAVs he can just fight off for sure. He's on 3 base right now. Big advantage. And then not only that, but he does have the air, so I mean a couple gunships here, they will get killed by the 2PC anti-air if he overstays, but he'll be able to do damage to these skims, and then he'll be able to push in with the LAVs here. Yeah, well, it's hard to justify building HR here when you know it's only like LAVs that you're dealing with, right? So I don't think that's really a bad call, but EMP is a very impactful upgrade, to be fair. With these assault rails in tow, though, he is able to push out here, so definitely Cookies can move now. He can move up closer to Descara's side of the field, maybe push him off the second base. It's going to be when he reaches the carrier that things get really tough for him here. And these strike fighters, by the way, they don't have to go in here, although if they find an opening, they sure well might do it, but he can just kill all the eco he wants on the back end, and that damage can be basically forever, because it's not going to be any defense back at home against this. PC is also not in a great position. These assault railguns are in danger of just getting killed. And they are kind of the key to this, even though there's not very many of them. Once the assault railguns are all dead, then Descara can just spam LAV and he'll be able to win like that. And here they come, yeah, so they're gonna hit the assault railguns. Oh dear. Oh, it gets all of them. Oh, that's quite bad. And with the LAVs now, I think, obviously, Cookie still has the numbers. In fact, this trade might go okay for him if he takes it here, but Descara can just eke out little advantages now, and he's got that triple production too, so he can just spam LAVs like in a big way here. I'd like to see him get these upgrades as well, and just use that to, you know, make sure that he can do this. And then, yeah, here's what I was talking about. He'll just come over to his opponent's side of the map and just start killing things. This is going to be really, really rough for Cookies. Well, I mean, might as well get it. I don't think he lost anything. Well, he lost these rails for it. He didn't, like he said, he didn't realize that there was air here, so. I like the death pack attempt for Descara, but not really going to pay off for him, so he does lose all those salvagers. A little uncharacteristically lazy there. But as you can see on the main base, we have lost 2 salvagers already. And there will be more next time those strike fighters come back, because they were out of ammo this time. LAVs are committing onto the PC, though. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, I don't like that from Descara. That's a mistake that he should not be making. I mean, a lot of new players will commit onto the PC here and try and get the kill, and they won't get anything for it because they don't finish it. Once he has the air units ready to go, he could do this again. Oh, I see, just a bandbox. So just a little bit of a misclick then. When he has the air units ready to go again, he could try for that and maybe like get a PC kill, but yeah, that was definitely a mistake there. Another assault rail is out though. Just be careful he keeps this guy with the PC. He doesn't just get it killed to air here, but this does let him push against Descara. But to be fair, he's having a harder time at this than I expected he would. And Cookies has got missile ship tech actually. That's interesting. So I guess he'll actually be able to do something about this. Hasn't replaced his salvagers back home though. I wonder if he actually knows that he's lost them. It looks like the strike fighters want to come in and dive onto this PC, actually. But that missile ship is up. I don't think this really works for Descara. So they're going to commit onto the missile ship instead now. Amazingly, Descara hasn't actually got any kills on these strike fighters this whole time. And look at how low the LAV, the Sandstorm blob is too. These LAVs could go in if they want to. Oh no. Oh no. He lost one strike fighter. Well, actually, it looks like he lost two. 3 now. But he is going to get a PC for it. And if he gets that PC, this is definitely worth it. And these skims, yeah, they're still so low from that gunship. I don't think he can even, you know, get the trade back now. So losing a PC like that, this is going to be really bad for Cookies. He has replaced the salvagers on the main base, but ref mode is but a dream now. There's no way he gets to that. He has to make more missile ships, but then the LAVs are just going to overrun him. Yeah, this isn't looking good for Cookies. I think Descara has gotten to where he wants to be. It's harder for him than I expected, though. Cookies is making this rush look a lot more competitive than I expected. Gonna use the barrage against salvagers. I don't hate that, actually, but he does need to be careful about this, because if he overtrades on the carrier, Sandstormers are just gonna die. Oh boy. He's gonna get the logistics module too, but look, he's just got no skims left. And especially because his opponent has 3 production lines, but he's only got the 1. This is quite bad. And yeah, now the air is gonna go across once again. But the barrage is really good, actually. Ah, there's just no follow-up, though. I mean, he's gonna get another missile ship out, actually, but that's not really gonna do anything. Yeah, the Sandstormers, there's just none of them left. I mean, that's what happens when you lose a PC here. Barrage claims the life of 2 more LAVs, but I think that Descara is just gonna sit here and kill this carrier. And of course, on the back end, he has wiped out all the salvagers off the main base. Darn. Production carrier. Yeah, and Cookies knows what that means. He's gonna GG. Fun game, though. I mean, I gotta say, it was definitely the wrong choice to continue the rush here, but like, he almost made this look competitive up on the front line. I was expecting Descara to have a much easier time defending this, but wow. I mean, I don't know. He made that actually look like it was going to work for a moment. Descara does come out with the win, though. We're going to move on to game 2 here. It was 3 base on 1 base. Yeah, I mean, definitely. Well, to be fair, at the end, it was 2 base on 1 base, but that's why I'm thinking, though, it would have been so much easier than it was, right? Because you just kind of keep making LAVs, and eventually you'll overrun him. But well, I mean, when the salvagers get killed off the main, you'd call it 0.5 base. Also, okay, Descara is the guy who still calls them Kanif, all right? So who really has trouble knowing the names here? Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Like, the reason it was hard to hold is because it was greed into a rush. Yeah. That's a good point. Cookies, though, he's undaunted. He's going to try for the same thing here. This map is a little difficult with the dunes to attack the second base. I feel like second base, you have problems coming into it with, like, railguns here, so generally I've had my most success actually going for the main here. It makes it a little bit more all or nothing, right? Because like if you don't get the damage here, he's not going to leave the main. So I think that probably this is a difficult map to rail rush actually, but it can definitely work. I think this spawn is maybe like a little bit worse for it than the other one though, because well, maybe I should take that back. I mean, there's quite a lot of high ground available here, but I think that the defender can perhaps use it a little bit better. So. These asymmetries in the DOK maps I always am a little bit sad about, but they do make for some interesting gameplay decisions here. Cookies still does have a lot of skims here. He's not got the money for rail tech just yet, so this is going to be a little bit slower than last time. Maybe good for him. But here's the initial scuffle there, and Descara is going to bring these 2 guys back. And he's going to start chunking up these salvagers here, so... Oh, he should be able to finish the kill on this one. Focus fire is not quite there, though. Okay, yeah, he does get the kill there. And gets an LAV for free, so this is quite good for the opener from Cookies. But again, it's carry production upgrade, we got LAVs out. He should recognize this and probably fall back. This is not really gonna... It's not really gonna go too well for him, I don't think, at this point. Assault Chip Fab on the queue for him though. Okay, so actually he's gonna stay this time. Well, he might not stay, he might just go defensive with this, but at any rate, the Assault Chips are going to be much better dealing with the LAVs than Railguns would have been. This means he doesn't necessarily need to get a second PC, but armor are going to be a mistake. He does cancel this, I'm happy about that. Just being to deny, yeah, right? Like, try and contain him and slow him down, and then you get up to ref mode faster than him, right? He has teched Fleet Cap 45 already, because he was going for that Rail Rush, so... This isn't going to be the, like, really hard back to eco type of strategy, but... He does have that tech done now, though, and I expect we'll see him right away. Oh, you didn't cancel it. Oh, no. Yeah, I think that's a mistake, because that money being put in the armored unit defenses is going to be a lot more impactful. If the armored units don't have defenses, things could get bad. And you mentioned Wreck Block just before. I think, yeah, that's definitely a concern here, because just by the way that you're kind of positioning around this wreck, really, really dangerous for Gelsian units. If they're around the wreck here, they can't shoot, so... Uh-oh, I don't like this Assault Chip pushing in here. It's got no armor upgrade, first off. And it does tank for the skins, but I feel like these LAVs are just gonna donk it here. Looks like actually what he does is just kind of ignore it. He didn't need to fight the Assault Chip at all. He just gets 2 skins for free, so that's really good for Descara. Armored unit defenses could come down though, and I think he really needs this right now. Oh, is it a 2-for-1? Oh, I didn't see that LAV went down there. Still no defenses coming up. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was seeing like a dive about to happen, you know what I mean? Cookie's still posturing very aggressively. I mean, this is okay in a lot of respects because for the moment he's on LDN and his opponent isn't. Uh-oh, but again, no armor. These LAVs are just gonna absolutely destroy these Assault Chips, and down they go. Oh, one of them lives, actually. That's kind of interesting. Too much respect, too little respect. I think poking in here is gonna get you killed. Because like the longer you can hold this status quo, actually, the better. Because you are the one LDMing, so this is actually good for Cookies, right? But. But now things start getting a little bit difficult for Cookies. And I'm gonna disagree, Phoenix, because I think if he goes for the backstab here, then he opens up his eco to get chomped by the Assault Chips. The carrier's gonna push here, so you can see he's kind of trying to squash his opponent into one position where he can fight it. The wreck block. Okay, no, he's actually okay, and he's got the high ground. You know what? This is actually starting to look pretty okay for Cookies. Oh my gosh, this is looking much more than okay. Suddenly he's doing a lot of damage here. And he's got that armor 1 crucially as well, so these LAVs are really gonna melt. Oh gosh. This is excellent for Cookies. Bit of focus fire could get these guys too. Yeah, looks like he will. All but 2 of these LAVs dying, and he loses his skims for it too, but that's totally okay. This is a good trade for Cookies. If ref mode started now, I think he would be in a really, really winning position here. Like, start ref mode, bring the PC back home, and then these Assault Chips go out to try and finish off the eco there. Ah, but power 1. What is for the power 1? I don't see the point with this. Oh no, that's a big mistake, I think. That's the thing though. Like, if Descara does lose his eco here, this is gonna be okay for Cookies. Oh, the carrier's stuck! Ah! Oh, that's so crucial. Oh no, that's really sad for Descara here. Yeah, he's gonna lose all the salvagers off the main actually. And at this point, I mean, he can even like. Well, I'd love to see him finish off the logistics module, which is one of these guys too. But he will get this one for sure. Oh no. Wow, yeah, this guy is freaking invulnerable. That's kind of interesting. Well, he's gonna come back for it, so I can see here because it's on like the top of the hill. But this is a little goofy looking. Uh oh, this is a bit of a throw actually now though. Okay, but he's gonna come up here and start hitting this AAV. If he can just run all over Descara's eco, he's going to be in a good spot here. Does he have ref mode started? He does, and he's got another PC queued. Okay, this is just what he needs. There's no salvagers, right? Well, there's one salvager, I guess, but that's not much. Yeah, these soul chips need to get out from under the carrier though, because like, it's not the worst thing in the world to lose them here, but definitely you don't want to do it if you can get away from it. I like how when we watch each other's streams, we're like actually kind of hoping that the person we're watching will lose usually. But ref mode is done, okay? And we do have an assault ship coming out here. We're just gonna clear these LAVs up. Actually, it looks like the carrier's gonna go ahead and do that instead. So this is good. He's gonna get up onto like 3 base in a moment here because he's got this PC done already. Well, this one I mean. This one's just always existed. You can just bring this guy back here, get up onto 3 base, and this is gonna be really, really ahead for Cookies. Stockfish is saying +10, man. Yeah, I agree. He should have just lost his salvagers to these LAVs. That would have been the play. But so while he's got ref mode here, he actually leaves this PC up in the front line. This is something that Descara's been doing quite a lot too. I mean, my first thought is bring it back here and go 3 base, but he actually does get some compensation for doing this. And yeah, he's gonna run in again here, but it looks like he kind of backs away. Doesn't want to int under the carrier, which I think that's fine. I mean, this is definitely okay with this is definitely okay for Cookies. But I agree with A Game's assumption here. Like, if you don't have them blobbed up, right? If you get like some here and some here, now it's really, really tough for you to find a window where you can like do anything to your opponent, or where your opponent can do anything to you. You can just come in over and over and over again, drag his salvagers like to one side or the other to keep his carrier moving around and just get a little bit of damage each time. I do like the BD though, right? I mean, obviously there's thoughts to coming in here and doing some damage later. But still, even as the status quo continues, it's still 2 base against 3 base. Oh my gosh. Well, it will be 2 base against 3 base once this guy gets back home. Again, the invincible logistics module doing its thing over here. But I like the 2 base runners, that's good. And he has brought this PC back here, so he's going to be up on 3 base. This is looking really good for Cookies. I mean, how often is it that somebody is in like a winning position against Descara, you know what I mean? This is great. Descara, one of the best at the game, you know? So if Cookies is able to do this, I mean, this is really a good performance for him. Descara, as you can see, just going to focus really, really heavy on CUs here because he needs to kind of rebuild his infrastructure. I think that's definitely the right move. Yeah, it helps especially to like flatten. When you flatten, it gives you a better idea of what the dunes really look like, whereas looking at them this way, it's very difficult to tell what the height looks like. Cool aspect of DOK. I mean, I actually enjoy that aspect of it, that it's not easy to see, like, what the dunes are always, especially from sensors. You can't tell at all, you know, and you have to, like, kind of look around and, like, figure out what places you can hide in. The top 20 of, you know, the 20 active players. Well, you know, you get what I'm saying. This is kind of a big deal. I mean, Descara is, like, one of the best in class, right? So... Oh, no. The detonation often causes the other VD to, like, detonate as well, so he didn't actually get a good hit off there. But yeah, I wouldn't take anything away from somebody who's able to beat Descara. I mean, that's really an accomplishment. This is Armor 2 versus Armor 3, by the way. Or Armor 0, by the way. He's teching Armor 3 as well. Oh, but the wreck block. Oh, jeez. But that being said, if the AVs commit this way, this is a moment where maybe the assault ships can come up on the other side. But again, if he has like 3 here and 3 here, it's gonna be a lot better. So. Well, that's true, actually. That's true, because you can capitalize now on that damage that you had done. Armor 3 is done, I believe. And still, no Armor 1 for Descara, so you're actually able to trade surprisingly well here. But yeah, you're right. This logistics mod, I'm gonna have to place this whenever I'm playing Coalition. What is it, like right on the shadow here? Or maybe that shadow is the result of a decal, but I don't think so. I think it's right on that shadow. Stick logistics module here and you can just like see everything forever. I should actually I should spend some time looking for more positions like this, because I'm sure there's more of them than just this, but I haven't really spent much time looking for them. Soul chips here get a little bit dirty, I think. Because, like, if they aren't in one big blob here, they're going to be able to do so much more. If they're also on this side, what does he do, right? He doesn't have the numbers to fight. His carrier can only be in one place. You force him to be on one base, right? That's the only way he can defend. So if you get one over, like, 3 or 4 over here and then 3 or 4 over here, you can't fight his AAVs anywhere anymore, except you have armor 3, so they can't leave the carrier. And you can just, like, hold him there forever and keep him down on one base. Well, yeah, but if the damage is free, you might as well always go for it. That being said, railguns are coming out, so I agree, like, this is going to be good if you can just hold the status quo for a bit, but I think you can do even more. But yeah, exactly, rails are going to facilitate this push in a big way. Soul chips don't really want to get distracted by this one LAV, so they're going to back away. The LAV, I don't think actually saw the railguns there. And you got AC out. Do you have a Tekken? Oh yeah, AC is actually starting for Descara here. At this point, though, it does look pretty grave. Maybe Air can do something there. That's even a very low tempo tech as well. He's got AC started already, so he's going to just commit to it. But Salvagers again lost off the main base here. Oh no, I think heavy rails do really, really well here, because if you build assault rails, I feel like the assault chips kind of already cover that job. These guys can stay away, and their range can, you know, translate this to tankiness, in that they never get shot at. Not to mention with the armor break, they really facilitate these assault chips in a big way. Maybe. What the crap is an SPC? Yeah, good question. I think you're talking about support cruisers, or SCs, Phoenix. You know, Moose, I think they almost could. Descara would power up the armor, of course, but he does have the armor break here, so... Simping pirate concubines, that's what it stands for. Yeah, this is just a tough position to be in. I mean, just being good at the game doesn't save you when you're in a tough spot for you. This would be, by the way, the game-winning artifact here as well, so... At some point, Descara's got to find a way to get out there. I don't know how he ever does this. And we have Kana Siege started. Oh, best choice possible, right? I mean, that's just such a, like, soul crusher. And he is splitting finally, that's good. The indeed. But yeah, you're right, this is a lot of AVs here. But these soul chips will always win that fight if those railguns are there. Not to mention, Kana Siege is going to really mess things up. So, here come the missiles too, and Cookies has been investing in carrier power. He's got power 3 already with 3 artifacts too. Soon to be 4. Yep, there it is. Kana Siege comes out as well, ready with the barrage, and he's already teched EMP. Oh. It's true. I laughed at power 1, but that's because he hadn't gotten ref mode yet. So I feel justified. This guy's been on a bit of a bad rally, but that's okay. You can see these AAVs really just, they can't fight effectively here with the railguns there, but he's got to do it, right, because the artifact is about to go out. Desperado. And there's not really any right choice here, is there? Amazingly, he's actually gotten up on 2 base. I mean, I'm amazed, like, he's definitely given it his all here, but... Really, really tough spot to get. Backstab, yeah, of course. Really, really tough spot for Descara. There's just not really anything you can do here. And unless by some miracle, Descara suddenly gets power 5, and then the artifact dies of cancer or something, I think there's no way. I think, yeah, Descara's gonna GG. And Cookies actually is gonna take a game off of Descara, and that is not easy to do. That is really, really good. And the series is getting spicy. Yeah, I agree. Let's move on to game 3 now. That's true. You can you know, change the values of Jaramillo anytime you want. Oh jeez. Yeah, we always play on the mod when we're in tournaments, so. Oh, I love this. And College Teeth, by the way, game 3 here. I mentioned this is going to be a good one for Cookies. It is his pick. He's a lower seed, right? So he actually gets the majority of the picks in this series. So, Baseman retired comes out for Descara. Now he's going to avoid ever having to play on Shallows, which I think is good for him, but... Hey, Cookies won the last game. I mean, if he wins another one, this is a good map, you know, it's like a contender for it. L Teethsies. Yes. Yeah, like one player spawns right here, one player spawns right here, but then like the bases are like over there. So you have to like drive out in the other direction. That'd be funny. Red Alert 2 style. LAV Fab and Carry Production coming out for Descara right here. Yeah, I know what you mean, Phoenix. I know what you mean. I mean, I really love how close quarters this map is and everything, but then like some of the late game strategies are really, really tough to deal with on this map, so. It'd be interesting if carriers could go through here, actually. Oh. That'd be really interesting. I mean, they'd barely fit. It'd look a little silly, but... Or drive on the Kartova. Yeah, wouldn't that be cool, guys? Custom-made maps? No, but we have made layouts which are using a map that already exists and changing the position of like the spawns and the bases and the artifacts and stuff. So, kind of. But... This is going to be LAV pressure, by the way, for Descara. So Cookies has got ref mode on the way, but he wasn't playing this greedy. He got Sandscreamer fed. He'll be happy about that now, because he is going to get pressured here. And yeah, that's true. It adds the campaign maps. Maybe I should spend some time looking at, because now that I've got access to the GitHub, it's a lot easier for me to like work on. It's a lot easier for me to work on like the maps. Whereas before, you know, you'd have to use pastebin, and if you ran out of like pastes, you were just kind of done for. I should like check out some of the campaign maps and see if we could make some fun 1v1 maps out of them. Like, I wonder if you could do something with like Kashar Plateau. That's kind of an interesting one. Well, you only get like 20 per day. When you're doing a lot of trial and error, you can definitely run out of... Well, okay, I guess you're gonna mock me for that, because there is a way to do this without trial and error, but by the way, Cookie's in a bit of danger. You just gotta come back. He's got power 1 already, but the carrier's not positioned, so it's not actually gonna do anything for him. He does have a blast drone sharking around in the line here. Scar hasn't seen it. Oh, here it comes. Whoa! Oh! Yes! Okay, that's what we need to see from Cookies here. Gets a really good hit there. Very, very nice. And I mean, the thing is, like, he went for the eco opener, so like, if his opponent is oh, he's got Nessiat though. Okay, so yeah, Descara really is gonna be almost even with that loss there. But that was a really, really crucial hit there for Cookies to keep this game even. I'm sure he did. I can imagine exactly what it would have sounded like. I like watching Descara streams. LAV's gonna boost up here. They find perhaps a free salvager. So yeah, the baseman is gonna come over here to try and drop that smoke down. I love this move here. The more time goes on, the more players are using these The more time goes on, the more players are using these tools in their kits. I really love seeing it there. So manages to pull the sand skimmer out of danger there. Doesn't lose it. But another SC here, and Descara very, very rapidly going to move up to 3 base, it looks like. Either that or actually carrier move up, but I really doubt it. I think he's trying to get this carrier over here. I would just use the SC to go cover that spot, though, because when the carrier's here, like on this spawn in particular, not really so much on this one, but you're so out of position, I feel like it's hard to, you know, get back into the swing of things. Yeah, what A-game is saying, right? Because, like, you know, if you get attacked on the second, it's really, really long to get your carrier back over. Especially with the speed nerfs, that matters even more over time, so... Soul Chip Tech is done, by the way, so Descara's still new. Yeah, exactly. You know, you can't blame a new player for making mistakes like this, right? It's actually Cookies with sort of more control on the field, I think. He's got more numbers anyway. Doesn't have any armor, though. Actually, Descara's got damage 1 on these LAVs, so he could probably fight if he wanted to. But he is going to scout out. He's going to try and push over here onto the main, so... Well, yeah, but on this spawn, it's not really the same, right? Because actually the carrier here is kind of in a good position. A couple salvagers gonna die here, too, it looks like. That is a couple. Those two were deeply in love, but now they're dead. He will lose the skim block, though, so I mean, jury's out on whether that was worth it. I don't think so. Sorry, A-game doesn't seem to think so either. Neither does Cookies, so everyone doesn't think so. But you know, if you can cause some psychological terror, kill happily married couples, it's worth it. Yeah, Descara doesn't have much practice on Jaraci. He's only ever played Jaramillo, so you know, he doesn't really know what to do here. But there's the Con of Siege. And the Assault Cruiser fans started up too. Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, and there is actually BD up too. That would have been quite powerful. You're right about that. Descara is mean, yeah. I mean, see, he admits it. He is mean. There it is. Blaster can maybe help with this, but I think he needs to bring the base burner out again and smoke this guy. Otherwise, he's probably gonna go down here. Oh, down goes the assault chip there. It's unfortunate. What's the armor upgrades looking like? 1-to-1, so... Assault chip's here, gonna start plinking. There's the BD. Alright, this is actually a good hit. Oh, yeah. Really, really good hit there. One AV gonna go down already. I don't know if the AoE is actually almost just gonna kill this guy on its own. Yeah, it is. Wow. And Cookies again. He makes this really competitive. He's holding his own against Descara. This is awesome to see. Kind of Siege is done. AC Tech is done too. So those two gonna be fighting each other out, I'd say, in the middle before too long. Right over here, though, this is probably okay for Cookies, and he'll take that fight any day. Does get that AV killed eventually as well. Another support cruiser comes out for Descara. He needs to bring that over to the third base because like I think the carrier is blocking him right now, but or maybe it's actually a bad rally. Yeah, that's what it looks like now. Yeah, I mean, that does kind of cause problems, I guess, for the carrier to be there already, but it's not going to be party bus on this map, because, like, the BC's, well, I don't know, he could, like, drop one here, 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 but it's not very easy to do. But yes, carrier is very slow, with the speed nerfs that have come out in this last patch. Again, you know, Descara, he's just been playing Jaraci, he doesn't really know. Does get the kill on the assault chip though with the death packs there. I like that. But yeah, see, this is why I was saying the carrier. Well, this isn't exactly the scenario I was imagining, but at any rate, the carrier on the second I think is a lot stronger than on the third. Gets 2 salvagers for free here. He will push into the main with this assault chip too. So this has started. Yeah, brutal is the word for it. This is starting to look really rough for Descara. Not what I'm used to saying. I mean, again, this is like the second best player in the game here. You know what I mean? And Cookies is really making this good. This is quite bad for Descara here, and that BD is there too. Oh, it's coming! It's coming! Turret tries to get set down here, but that's not gonna work for Descara. It's too late. Oh no no no! Oh, he almost hit the big corner there. The BD, very good. It gets 4 kills there, and then the last one gets killed by that AS off the side. Oh. So good, and now he will catch that base burner on the way out. Oh. So nice. Kinda, yeah. I mean, that's sort of how this is going. And ACs, by the way, they can't outspeed assault chips, although they can for a moment with that overcharge, but I think that runs out. These guys will probably be able to get away. What kind of siege is here? There's 2 of them. This is so good for Cookies. I mean, he's like, man, he's gonna win this game. I think he's in a really winning position here. He's getting that EMP already, that's what I want to see. Only problem is he is a little susceptible to backstabs now, but he's got that, you know, at the base production, he can make assault chips and, you know, defend them here. I think just because, like, in the early game, it's going to be too strong to rush if carriers are slower than normal. Oh, I love that EMP there as well, just for guaranteeing kills on these AVs here. Yeah, but, I mean, as you can see, like, kind of siege projectiles definitely miss a lot. You can mitigate the damage a lot by, like, movement, so... Bit of good movement there does keep those AVs from taking too much damage, but a couple of them will die for nothing. And that kind of siege is just going to be a big problem for Descara. He is taking artillery, which is what he needs, but they can push out like this onto the carrier, right? They just have to watch out for that AC. That's all they're really going to be concerned about. But Cookies is also taking railguns here. Which actually might not be the best choice now that I think about it, but like, it will allow him to fight the AC. So for a while, this gives him a bit of a power spike so he can get them out of the field. Getting another PC too, he just wants to unlock that carrier. I think that's a good choice. Another kind of siege is done, so he's up to 3. This is a unit that, you know, there's no time where you shouldn't build more KSC, I don't think. Gonna dodge the attack missile barrage, by the way, very, very nice. Yeah, I don't think there's any time that you really should stop building Kana Siege, so he'll be able to build these, like, long into the late game here. But for now, he does want to get that carrier unlocked there, so... EMP shell, gonna land. I mean, I think I would have all-ined onto the AC there, but he's going to play it a little bit slower here. Descara does not have a lot of options, so to be fair, like, if he plays this a bit slow, he's not going to be like, punished for that, you know, he just wants to be careful, make sure he doesn't throw against Descara. I think that's maybe a bit wise. Here's that PC. Wants to get onto the main, third base that the carrier can unlock here. Bit of a bad rally for now, but he'll probably catch that in a moment. Oh, that's not a rally, he actually told it to go there. We'll see what happens. We'll keep our eyes on that. Wait a minute, what happened to the assault cruiser? Oh, okay, it's moved over. I thought the assault cruiser died somehow. That was the plan, yeah, definitely. And Siege Cruiser range, that's definitely what he wants to do here. After getting that damage, I would barrage now. The barrage follow-up is what really makes kind of Siege so difficult. And yeah, this is what I was talking about in the pick bans, where like kind of Siege is always this, you know, this like late game condition. Uh-oh, this is a little bit awkward though. He's actually not quite over the dune there, so he's not shooting back. AC's gonna go down to the assault chips though. I only just caught that on the back end. EMP's gonna land too, and this kind of Siege is coming up here. It's got the mobility support. No, it doesn't. But it could. it could, you know. 3 kind of Siege hitting this AC though, they're probably gonna kill it here. Oh man. artillery's out here though, but like look at this positioning on the artillery is horrible, right? This is instantly gonna die, and I think one kind of sees might go down here, that does. SAC is actually still alive. Use the overcharge here for kind of a last ditch attempt. The kiss. Very, very lovely. But it does go down there. And Descara is gonna GG, and Cookies brings him to series point, 2-1. This is crazy. This is so good. Man. I mean, like I said, Descara is, you know, like one of the best players in DOK. He's like second best in the game right now, I would say. This is crazy. Yeah, no need to watch more. Cookies wins. Game over. But, you know, for real, Cookies could win this series. I mean, like, if he wins either of these next 2 games, he's done it. And that would be a huge upset here. Kartoba gonna be the next map. This one picked by Descara. Yeah, we're all like excited for Descara to lose. Lose. You know how it is. Everyone likes to cheer for the underdog. Base Runner Retire comes out here for Cookies. 2 on RU, Sandstorm Fail. Looks like this is gonna be Rail Rush. So this is, yeah, with the smoke, you've got to do it with the smoke. If you don't do the smoke, you lose like 50% of your style points right off the start. So definitely a good play there by Cookies. But he's gonna bring this this PC up here to the to this crucial dune, which is gonna be like the big center point of his play here if he's going for the rail rush. It is dangerous though. I think Descara kind of realizes, yeah, this is a good rail rush map. He's gonna go for this LAV pump opener here. So Cookies has the buffer. I mean, if he loses this, we go to the ace match, right? But I am a little worried. I mean, he's playing to his comfort here, but I feel like this is also Descara's comfort, you know, build matchup, right? So should not have rushed this map, LAV opening 2 straight. Yeah, I mean, I think it can definitely be that way. You can still beat it, right? But it's not easy. I think you kind of have to give up the rush when your opponent goes for these LAVs like this. So we'll see what happens, though. Whoa. Descara probably not used to this, because LAVs can't fly in Jaramillo, you know, but in Jaraci they can. But he's going to start the attack here, and I think Descara will probably bring these LAVs back, but the later that he gets revealed, I think the better. Yeah, because you can see these LAVs very far away, going to have to come back in. Looks like he's actually going to choose to send 2 of them still over to his opponent's long-distance mining and try and slow that down. But Descara sees the Sandstormers here, but Cookies also sees the LAVs, and he's gonna go for Soul Chips this time. Okay, you know, I kind of like this because I mean I was saying this could be Rail Rush, but when he sees this LAV opener, this is probably a very good a good idea for for Cookies. And yeah, it is a little rough that, you know, you start with 2 on RUs like that and then you have to kind of undo it, but. Well, I don't know. I mean, I think the Assault Chips can work. It's not going to be like on Canyon, right? But this Dune can be quite powerful for them. Going to catch a Salvager for free, too. This is a very good start here. I mean, if Cookies is going to win this map, this is how it begins. Oh, but don't get rating. Oh. I mean, the thing is, he can play this defensively now, come back and get ref mode, and I think he's going to be ahead. He really needs to cancel this rating, though. I think cancel rating, get 45, and then go up to ref mode, right? Because otherwise, right now, he's pop blocked while he's taking Sandstormer rating, and these LAVs are just gonna kill him. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Descara playing a little bit slow here. He's not gonna jump on the window just yet. I mean, he doesn't know that this is something that's closing, so you can understand why. And it looks like Cookies will catch these LAVs finally, but they're actually. Oh my gosh, he's still. Oh no. I like the commitment, Cookies, but I feel like in this example it's gonna sort of come back to haunt you a little bit. Still, that does free up a little bit of fleet cap to build in the Soul Chip. He does get 45 off the back of it too, so rating is done. He'll have that tech for the rest of the game. It's just that might not last as long as he would like. He does have an Assault Chip coming out here, but the skims are dead. Oh. Bit of high ground of the Assault Chip is good, but... If he commits in on this guy, oh, the focus fire not quite there. The AoE actually slaps him down, that's kind of interesting, but again, 1% health units, which this guy literally has 1 HP, they do 100% damage, so... Oh, and he doesn't end up killing him. This guy, this freaking hero, Yosarion, freaking, he's just like the god LAV, you know what I mean? He is a model for all LAVs of the future. Armor 2 here? I don't know, I mean, he does kind of need it, but... Again, no skims left. This is why rating was definitely a mistake, right? Oh, he got the drop off. Hey, what a pog move. But still, he's gonna have some trouble here. He can make the push back for a little bit, but eventually he's got to get ref mode here. He's almost got the money for it now. In fact, he's only 5 CUs off, so I'd love to see him get that tech now and back away, but I don't know if he's going to do it. This is tough. Wait a minute, did our hero just go back? No, of course not. He would never die like that. 1 HP, that's all he needs. That's all he freaking needs. He's gonna go back in. He doesn't care. He's not gonna die. Obviously. This guy, he knows what he's doing. Mad Max with the flaming car, yeah, exactly. Another salve does go down here. Still no signs of ref mode for cookies. And this coalition carrier is gonna bully these soldiers now, push them off. Oh, another salve is gonna go down. But not this guy, not our hero. He would never die like this, jumping right into the fray. He's okay with it. 1 HP and a dream. And a lot of these assault ships are going down here, and it's because of this carrier blocking that they can't shoot at the LAVs very well, and the carrier is dumping a lot of damage into them here. Ref mode has finally started for cookies, but much too late. If you commit the PC to the play here, there's always a risk that you're going to get jumped on and die like this. And our hero... No! He died! Oh. Oh. I don't even care what happens. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. Hold on, let me do it. I need to play taps. Don't do it. What's happening? Yeah, the PC did go down like we were expecting. And Descara lost most of the LAVs for it, but I mean, that's going to be totally fine if he gets that PC kill. Poor Yosarion. Poor guy. That's true, there is one hero LAV, but he's not even got a name. He doesn't even freaking care. How the mighty are fallen. Yeah, it's obvious that Descara is going to lose now. Right? I mean, after you lose a hero like that, what's the point? What's the point of continuing? You know? It's like that scene in like Pirates of the Caribbean where the ship is just like exploding and the guy can't say anything. He's just like watching it happen. They're like, "What are our orders?" And he's just like, you know? It's like that. That's how he's gonna lose. The game is already decided. Another PC comes out for cookies here, and he's got one on the queue too. Yeah, that's how it is. I mean, that's why air is such a good counter here, or follow-up here when you've gotten this damage. Is like, look, I just killed all your stuff. I'll just come do it again, right? Last attack vehicle. Oh, that's such a woke name. Anyway. Yeah, he's just like, I know you're gonna have the counter, or you're gonna know that air is coming, but you're not gonna have the counter to it. How could you? There's just no time. And not only that, but he could technically not go for air, and then if you got all this anti-air, it'd be kind of wasted if he like doesn't have any, you know. It's not easy to do anything about this. So it's definitely a good play for Descara. Well, that PC, it gives you some anti-air, you know, and it gives you more like production for like the ground army, because you really are going to need that if he doesn't go for the air. So I think that actually is the right move, but it's just one of these situations where like both of these moves are losing, right? So you're not really talking about which move is better, more about like which move is less losing. So it's a tough place to be. Oh, he lived! Oh. This guy's seen a lot of combat himself, you know. It's like freaking Apollo 1 in here, you know. Slowly burning to death in the cockpit there. They don't care. This is fine. Thousandth degree burns. Yeah, exactly. It's good stuff. But they don't care. They're just going for it. And here comes the air. This is where I think like Cookies needs to bring his PCs together. Is probably the answer. Because then you can get a bit more anti-air. But Descara actually accidentally wastes a couple missiles on these salvagers. V&D. He's actually not going to finish the kills there. And what? The PC actually kills a strike fighter. Doesn't die. He needs to be moving them together though. Oh, in this amount of time, he probably could have done it. Oh, and the missile ship that was coming out dies too. Oh no, that's horrible. It lived. What? What? It's on 2 HP. It's alive. Oh, I think Descara didn't know it either. You're joking. The LEV's gone. No. Oh my gosh. What is this game? What is happening? Oh my goodness. Oh, this is so good. This is like God Hates Weave's level of replay quality, you know? You understand? Like, this is something special. Missile Fighter's gonna ward off the Strike Fighters, they can't just get this kill. Yeah, that's why you gotta play on glass modes, that you can really tell, you know, when it's blowing up, right? Yeah, I thought it was dead too. I thought, like, that's why I was so confused when the missile ship popped out. I was like, what? Isn't the PC dead already? The narrowest of margins, truly. That is unreal. Yeah, I agree with that, because these assault ships will just kind of get rid of it. Yeah, anytime your opponent has air control, you have to really say, like, I can't just move out like this, right? So. Well, okay, you're right. It was 2 HP, not 1, alright? I know we all missed the Osarion, okay, but he's never coming back. I like this move here. He tanks the missile ship with the probes there, so he's going to be able to kill it with the strike fighters here. Very, very nice play there. Yeah, but again, it's the more losing play, I think, to go for something, but... Yeah, this missile ship gonna die too. And this kind of opens the field up again for the strike fighters to come in and try and get a kill on one of the PCs. There's the double extract from Descara. That's gonna feel real nice, and he's gonna move his carrier out as well. Yeah, I agree. This Descara guy's a total jerk. Boring. Yeah, I guess that's well said. This is seriously good play for Cookies though. I mean, like, this game in particular not going terribly well, but... Games 2 and 3, I mean... You know, like, obviously I think there are, like, there's room to improve for Cookies, but he's doing it, you know, he's getting it done here, so... He probably will not win this game, I think that is pretty clear, but, like... There's still one game to go. He could still win this series. That would be pretty hype. Of course, the winner of this one is going to have to face A game, I believe, so... Still a tough field to get through. A couple air units go down here, but that's going to be okay. Depends on the 12-year-old. Yeah, no, he's doing a good job with these missiles. It seems like all of them are hitting for some kind of damage, except for that one. You know, Caster's Curse, you know how that goes. Missile ship does get slapped down by these railguns here. And that again is gonna, like, if you can kill these missile ships, it opens up the field for the air to come in, but actually there's a lot of them. Barrage attempt here actually is gonna claim the life of one of these railguns, I think. It looks like the carrier finishing that for off. Yeah, well, you know, might as well try it, but this number of railguns, he is pretty indomitable. He's got 12 of them now. Not quite, you know, sick IGN levels, of course, but this is a lot of railguns here. You can see this kind of carrier just absolutely melting. He's even got magnets. Yeah, he does, so... It's not that crazy, but, this carrier will just totally explode when the railguns here. There it goes. Yeah, thankfully, it's mostly rust, so, you know, not losing too much, right? And we'll just go ahead and jump into game 5 here. Cookies and Descara tied up now, 2-2. This is the ace match of all ace matches. And this really could go either way, clearly. Put on fast forward? No. Nah, man, I'm not gonna ruin a series like this. Fire Race Krill. Oh. Did Cookies and Phoenix have the same color? I didn't know this until now. The Fire Race Krill is a map that Descara has often been a little bit annoyed about because, like, carriers get stuck on it, you know what I mean? I've noticed this too. It's definitely a coalition type of problem. But, it's a map that he's good on, so I don't think this is really a problem for him. Who ended up picking this, by the way? It was Cookies who picked this map for the ace match. It's like 50%. Yeah, good point. Good point, Moose. Freaking washing machine carrier. But, you know, gets your clothes clean. Anyway, for the builds here, it looks like Descara is going SC first this time, so he's mixing things up a little bit. I think this is actually a really good read. Like, if you wanted to go SC first in one of the games, this is the one to do it because, like, it's the ace match. Cookies just tried to rush and it didn't work. You know, he's not gonna go for a rush again. So this is a map that he's gonna be safe to do, and sure enough, it is ref mode first here. But Cookies has not been playing this very greedy. I'm sure he'll get Sandscreamer Fab pretty much right after this. He did start a BD first, so he wants to have a bit of defense in case, but. And Descara trundling his way over to his 2 base. I like that word, trundling. Yeah, I mean, definitely I think getting ref mode after, like, the BD is started would be the way to do this, but he's making 2, so I mean, you can tell he wants to do something here. He's hitting it really well. I can't even see it. Oh, I see. It's like right there. I mean, you know, to his credit, he's definitely He's definitely doing something here to hide these BDs. Like, they're not easy to see when you're not in sensors here, so... Descara may not be aware that they exist. I guess that's a good point too. Like if you go like this, you can't even see it from some angles. Yeah, they just turn into a dot like all the other units. You can see there it turns from an X to a dot. This is the same with det packs, I think, which is why this carried over, but... And Cookies is going to start up his 2-base timing now, so he's on that. But Descara's already got an SC here, so he's like starting to go up into 3. So Cookies will get the extract here, but he's got to get some damage with these BDs. He's definitely put himself in a position where if he doesn't get anything with these, it's going to be really rough. I wouldn't go for the main. I think you just go for the second one to see, because once Descara sees this, the window that it's gonna succeed is gonna go. Yeah, this isn't gonna get anywhere. He's got the LAVs ready to defend. Descara has the split there, so he's gonna be fine. Oh, and there's a turret set up too. Oh no. Yeah, I mean, if you come from the side, you just have to hit the second. You can't go for the main. That's actually a really big problem, because Descara's gonna be pretty ahead now. He already was, I guess I should say. It's like these BDs needed to get some damage to bring this back to parity, but it's not gonna happen now. He does have AS Tech though, so he's gonna be able to not just die to these LAVs, but Descara will move to 3-base. That's what he does. Yep, artifact collected, game over, he wins. Well, I mean, like, plastic explosives won't blow up if you just shoot them, you know? It's pretty realistic, actually. Anyhow, Descara's the kind of player who could really translate a lead to a win, I think. God, I don't even know what plastic is. Well, I'm sure they recovered some plastic from the dunes someday, you know? Like, huh, what is this? Some kind of oily thing. Plastic is soft rust. Yeah, definitely. That's how it works. You know, they actually have to like put rat poison in C4 so that people won't eat it. my friend who studied at West Point has a whole story about cadets eating C4 and like having to go to the infirmary. I think apparently it can like get you high or something like that, so people would try to eat it, you know, and then so they started putting rat poison in it so that it would taste really bad and it would actually poison you, so you wouldn't eat it, you know. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. But so they were learning about explosives that day or something, and the instructor was like, yeah, don't eat the C4, by the way, and like went into this whole story, and then one of the cadets was like, huh, I should eat the C4 and find out what happened. So he ate a bunch of it and like almost died. Cause you know that's how college students are, right? Yeah, what Moose is saying. That's why they did this. Because like people really were eating the C4 here. This turret setup here is probably gonna ward off these subjects. Yeah, I'm sure that's a very, very normal way to start a conversation. Power of 1 actually texts for Cookies here. A bit of a premature Power 1, I think. I mean, he doesn't need this for anything, so... He does have that Con of Siege started, though, and he has another PC out here, so he's gonna get that carrier unlocked before too long, I think. So maybe he'll be able to use it, but... Yeah, well that's the idea. It needs heat and shockwave to blow up. That's why the blasting cap is the only thing that can detonate it. C4 is quite an invention. If you like shoot it with a gun, it won't blow up. If you like light it on fire, I guess. I don't even know if it burns, but it won't blow up, you know. Yeah, but it slows down. Well, I guess you do have quite a bit of a float, actually, don't you? Well, fleet capacity is definitely something to get, that's for sure. But you got the artifact? Oh, it's Descara, cheeky. He does catch that one. Spicy Play-Doh. Yes, that's it. Spicy Play-Doh. Descara does get the extract out on this side, by the way. So to be fair, he does have the unlocked carrier as well. He's not gotten any power upgrades, but he does have the artifact out. Love to get this one, but that's not gonna happen anytime soon. And Cookies has the armor advantage once again here, so he can kill these ADs. But he's got that kind of siege tech coming. I mean, he just builds them. I think he's gonna be okay. He shouldn't be too afraid of this. Did it actually just drive into a wall? That's hilarious. Yeah, kind of siege definitely what he needs here. You see that carrier close, so you know this is coming. So I like the attempt on the BDs here, but this probably isn't gonna go too far. Okay, there's kind of siege. It does get started. At this point, I would approve of the power upgrades for sure, because you know that you're going to be pressured into this. Oh, and the BD gets a pretty good hit there. These AVs, though, uncontested on the main base, this is going to be quite problematic for Cookies. It's going to bring that carrier down to try and contest. There's two ACs coming out here as well, so he will get this extract out, which is nice. But it's going to be a little tough from there. I'm not sure exactly what he's going to need to do. We got Missile Battery Fab coming out just in case there is air. Could actually maybe just tech an AC anti-air. Well, yeah, but I mean, I'd say at this point, Power 2 is definitely fine. So. Oh, and it's a really good smoke there. Oh, 2 HP once again. Of course, I mean, what else do you expect, right? But this carrier is close. I mean, this is going to be real problems when this arrives here. There's still not really an answer, though one kind of siege is finally done. So here's that first engage. This base has to be evacuated. These ACs, of course, going to take almost no damage to the assault ships here. They are going to use that overcharge. So. Oh gosh. GMA 2.0. Ah, Descara. And he is going to get this extract out, by the way. Another base winner, which I think got that first artifact, is going to come over here and grab this one too, which he probably will extract as well. At this point, it looks like he's got really good control over like the entire map. He can kind of crouch down on Cookie's position here. Artillery done now for Descara, so that's definitely his late game condition. He wants to have that. It's good when you're fighting against kind of siege to get some artillery of your own. Cookie's gonna have to fight really, really hard to get back up onto 3 base here. This is not gonna be easy. He needs to get these assault ships together. And they're damaged already to start this fight out as well, so this is not great. He does have the upgrade lead though, so he's able to at least be a bit competitive here. Kind of siege up here on the high ground though, I'm a little worried about this. Oh no, he's gotta move it. Oh, the double attack missile barrage, that will definitely kill the kind of siege. It goes down, and the second one is even so low. Oh man. Oh. This doesn't feel great. Another barrage attempted there that's a little bit out of position. He's got that EMP shell already again, but... Oh, this ain't good. And Descara, just like, look at this army. So many support cruisers as well. I mean, how is he ever going to kill any of these things now? Well, we've all done it. Let's land an EMP on this AC, but driving the carrier in here is definitely kind of a suicide move. That tactical barrage does so much burst damage. I do like the barrage to follow up here, but there's nothing to keep this carrier alive. I don't fear it. And that will be the series then. Descara losing 2 games to Cookie is being brought to match point there, but he does manage to take it back here. And it looks like he is the one who advanced to the semifinals, but dang, Cookies. what a well played game. I mean, seriously, if you're gonna take 2 games off of Descara, like, that's good play. This is really hype. I mean, Cookies is probably playing at the level that like Descara and A-Game and I were playing, you know, like a year or 2 years ago. A bit more improvement. Maybe he'll actually be like pushing the top tier if he can keep this up. That's great. This was such a fun series. You know, this is why I think Sparrow, when he played him and they went 1-1 in the group stage, he was like, yeah, he's a scary player, you know what I mean? I heard that was like Sparrow versus Cookies. Like, no way he's gonna have a chance in this series, but he just keeps getting better, you know? He just keeps getting better. This is really hype. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it.